Pennsylvania, the Eagles and the Steelers are underway. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
And what I'm looking for from him today, the things every quarterback is looking to do. Lead his team to a victory. Doesn't matter whether he's throwing it, running it, handing it off, however he has to do it, as well as exhibiting some leadership, that's what he's trying to accomplish.
On the draw, here's Sanders. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That sun's going to be a factor all game long. I'm not sure it made a difference on that one, but it's something to think about on all deep throws during this time of year.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Here are the Steelers making their way out, and with their longtime starter, Ben Roethlisberger, leading the way. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 27.
We talk so often about his physical attributes. Of course, the Big Ben nickname, his ability to take hits in the pocket, his ability to extend plays and get outside of the pocket. But how about this for efficiency? Top 10 in career NFL passer rating. And he's one of the top 5 winningest quarterbacks in NFL history. That's pretty darn good.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 26 big yards on that one. It's another 1st down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
He will push his way down to about the 14. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 2.
49, guys. Mike, 49. Let's go one more.
And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. And he gets the 1st down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
At the 11-yard line.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Check 50, check 50.
And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
49 to Mike, 49 to Mike. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
It's 4th down.
They're going to go for it now, 4th and 2. Remember, they can still get the first down at the 1-yard line, though. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Big Ben going to take it himself. And this time he breaks the plane. He's in for the touchdown. Ben Roethlisberger keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. A QB sneak on the 2-point try. That's something you usually do when the ball's about 3 inches away from the goal line, but here they get it from 2 yards out.
Yeah, that's a lot of confidence, isn't it? And your offensive line, especially the guys in the interior, the center, and the 2 guards, to wedge some space for the quarterback to get there from 2 yards out. I'm with you. Normally, it's really short yardage. That one, that was a gutsy play.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive, and they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special.
Hurts fumbles it. One quarter down, 8-0 the score.
With the score, Steelers 8, Eagles nothing.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. Fortunately for him, that ball stayed close so that he could recover it on his own.
And you know the prayers that were going through his head as the ball escaped from him? How happy was he at the end of it when he found the football again, able to retain possession?
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession, and they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. And shedding through the tackle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Room here to run. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Well, we've said it many times, Charles, when you have weapons like this at the wide receiver position, just get them the football any way that you can, and here it's in the run game.
And that was an example of catching a team off guard because it really paid off for them. They weren't ready for that at all. I know they weren't ready to try and catch him because once he hit full stride, it was going to turn into a big play, and it did.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one, better than 20 miles an hour.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
Ben Roethlisberger with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
From the 6. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Take over 1st and 10. At their own.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
2nd and 6.
2nd down, here's Jalen Hurts. Hurts fumbles it.
Stephon to it. Ben Roethlisberger.
Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession.
And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Takes it at the 7. Now a hit and a loose football.
Fumble on the play. Recovered by the...
Oftentimes when we talk about piling on in any subject, it's a negative. In this case, for this team, it's a real positive. Just scored. Now they go down, knock the ball free, get it back. They got a chance to really increase their lead and put themselves in the driver's seat.
On the other side, a little insult added to the injury. They're in a bad spot.
2nd and inches.
On 2nd and very short, Roethlisberger. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. The sneak, and he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
Ben Roethlisberger on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it? Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They are off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for him. Boswell good with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half.
For Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Takes it at the 7. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23 yards. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Alshon Jeffrey, incomplete. Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Here's Hurts to throw. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Shotgun snap into the give to Sanders. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Pushing through tacklers at the 30. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield, try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. From the 9, 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Boswell's kick is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand.
32.
So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
Fielded right around the 8. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we send you down to Orlando, we now proceed to the start of the second half.
Jake Elliott.
So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the 3rd quarter. And this carries into the end zone.
Ray McLeod on the return. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. Looking deep here for Ebron. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And he's finally out of bounds, but he's taken it all the way down to the 8. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And we do talk a lot about how the tight end position has changed in the NFL. Here's a great example. It used to be that they were linemen who occasionally caught passes. Now they're wide receivers who occasionally block people. And right here, this isn't tight end speed. It's definitely wide receiver speed.
And the next-gen stats show him reaching at a top speed of 20 miles an hour. Only a yard on the sneak. He needed more than that. 4th down. And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. Trying to wedge his way in there. No signal. I don't think he got there. He didn't. He had 3 touchdowns already, but won't get a 4th here. And this Eagle defense stands tall down near the goal line. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Hurts. On the move to his left. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Alex Highsmith coming in hard that time on the blitz, and he gets him down. It's a loss of 4.
3rd and 9.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. Now the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe he'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 4th down now after a loss of 2. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball when the...
And it's a fumble, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. Roethlisberger keeps it, and he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Big Ben going to take it himself, and they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. The sneak good, and he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
Ben Roethlisberger keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Steelers offense, they continue to pour it on. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Pulls it in at the 13. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly
You
right.
like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Back now in Pittsburgh. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Out, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. That's Cameron Hayward who got in there to take him down. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has, but in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that?
And the pressure gets to him again. Cameron Hayward picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Taken from just outside the 30. And shedding his way forward. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
This will be caught at about the 5. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion. Well, they gave it a shot, quarterback sneak. Not able to get it.
No, but if you're going to call a QB sneak on 3rd down, you draw it up to get it.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Maybe they were thinking 4-down territory.
Well, either way, they were getting the ball back.
Yeah, and it was 4th down. Don't you have to try and take a shot anyway instead of trying to ground it? That didn't work at all.
But 1st down hurts. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Stepping up, he's going to keep it.
Holding offense.
I don't know what the heck he was looking at. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
And he's going to keep it here. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. 2nd down, here's Hurts. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 16 yards, a 1st down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding, probably
Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Defense.
They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
A pass down the middle is fought for and hauled in. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A really good pickup of 28 yards. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Johnson with a completion over the middle. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Call it a gain of a couple. The defense stiffening here. It's 3rd and goal. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. And they're going to go for this thing. They're not going to leave anything to chance. They're going to roll the dice on 4th and goal. Try to wedge his way in there. No signal. I don't think he got there. He didn't. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th. But they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a fun handshake.
And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers.